All right, let's pick back up. We left off talking about Jeremiah 1 and 5 and the fact that we need to understand who we are. Why did God bring us here? What is our purpose? Now, let's go a little bit further. The scripture tells us in 2 Corinthians 4 and 7, it says, "But we have this treasure in earthen vessels, that the excellency of the power may be of God and not of us." Now, we preference this message by saying that the title of it would be "It's Personal." It's personal. See, because a lot of us, we want the gold, we want the silver, we want, which translates into money. We want the houses, the cars, the land, and we want, again, all the fluff. But we're having an issue because we're trying to figure out, why don't we have it? And why can't we get it? Why can't we obtain this? But God here, he gives us a clue about who we are. And this is the reason why it's personal. And he says that I have this treasure. What did he say? He says that you have this treasure in earth. The Bible says that God took the dirt, the dust of the earth, and he formed man. So you came out of the earth, and it was the lowest part of it, the dust of the earth, and he formed you, and he breathed into your nostrils, and you became a living soul. Okay? But here we have this treasure now. It's in all that God did for you. He placed inside you a treasure. I want you to hear this. I want you to understand this, because we are going somewhere, and I'm trying to paint a picture of who you are and the vision. We're still talking about vision and the need to have it, and the absence of it, what it will do, how problematic it will be in your life if you don't have the vision. So you have to understand that you have a treasure inside of you. It's inside this earthen vessel, a treasure inside of you. Now, I want you to look at Job 28 and 1 and 2. Now, follow me. It says, "Surely there is a vein. Surely there is a vein. Surely there is a spring. Surely there is a place. Surely there is a mine." M-I-N-E, a mine, a certain place where there's certain things at that has to be mined out or honed out. "Surely there is a vein for the silver." Remember I just said in 2 Corinthians 4 and 7, I said that there's this treasure in earthen vessels. So here in Job 28, 1 and 2, "Surely there is a vein for the silver." Because I'm going somewhere. Like Tyler Perry say, "Stay with me, I'll bless you." There is a vein for the silver. There is a place for silver. Treasure in earthen vessels. Stay with me. Vessel is inside of you. There's a vein inside of you for the silver, because you're trying to get something out of you that you ain't never been able to get out of you, because you're trying to attain something in life, and you're struggling right now. You can't get it. You see people around you, they're having, you saying, "Well, God, how come that will not come to me?" I'm getting ready to show you. There's a vein for the silver and a place for gold inside this treasure in earthen vessels. A vein for the silver. I'm going back and forth between these two verses because I'm going to tie them together. They're meaningful for your life. A vein for the silver and a place for gold where they find it. And a place, this is where they find it. All right. Then it goes on to say, iron is taken, verse 2, iron is taken out of the earth and brass is molten out of the stone. Now, how is iron taken out of the earth? Let's look at the example of coal, okay? Because a lot of us, we understand miners, okay? We understand those that go and they mine for coal, but they also mine for gold. They also mine for silver. They also mine for brass. And so how do they do that? They have to get to a place where they find a vein. All of a sudden, I happen upon this place where I see something coming out. God gives you, he gives you a little ray of light. That, wow, I'm doing this, and I never thought that this was who I am. I am discovering something. It might be art. And all of a sudden you find in your hand that you're able to do things that the average person can't do. And so what is God trying to say? And as you do it, you're enjoying what you do. And as you do it, there is an appreciation for what you do by other people. But see, if you skip over that and you look at others and what everybody else is doing, what is that saying? It is saying that that vein that you happened upon, that vein that there is streams coming out of, that there is a spring that's in there, spring of water, spring of life, spring of gold and silver, spring of money, spring of wealth for you. If you look over that, then you miss it. You miss it because you miss now what God called you to, because you was focused on what God called others to, and what God called others to was not for you. And so what I'm saying now is that we have to do this. We have to mine out the treasures within you, which is the earthen vessel. Y'all get it now? Treasures in earthen vessels. Tie in Job 28 with 2 Corinthians 4 and 7. Now, the mine part, you understand now. There is a mining that needs to take place inside of you. We preface this by saying that you need to know who you are. When God called Jeremiah, he ordained him to be a prophet to the nations. So now there is no mistake. There's no wiggling, no wiggle room for the understanding of purpose. Jeremiah knows emphatically who he is. And so I'm trying to get you to know emphatically who you are, because there are things that you are frustrated with in life today, and you are just walking around in circles like the children of Israel trying to figure out your way when God is saying to you, mine out the treasure that is in the earthen vessel that I gave you. Woo! I'm feeling Jesus in this place. And I hope y'all getting something out of this. Mine out the treasure within your earthen vessel. What am I saying? I'm saying look around and discover. Look around you. Look around you. Look to the left, to the right. Look around you. Discover you. Mine it out. Get your shovel. Get inside of you. Start digging. Start digging. Start hammering on those walls. Get your pick and all. Just start picking away. Picking away. Mine out you. That is so important. That is so important, my brothers and my sisters. You have to mine out yourself, because in you is the treasure. But you have to discover it. That's what happened with the Wright brothers. That's what happened with Walt Disney. That's what happened with Martin Luther King Jr. When he gave that great speech, and he says, I may not get there with you, but I've looked over and I've seen the promised land. When God gave him that vision of seeing freedom and seeing little black boys and little black girls, all of us playing together, and equality. When he saw all that in his vision, he was mining out something. He was becoming what God, he was walking in what God called him to do. He caught up with the vision, the purpose of his life. That's the reason why he couldn't quit. When they was telling him, listen, they're going to kill you. They're going to do this. If they kill me, they kill me. If I perish, I perish. But what he caught up with was the light that God spoke about in Genesis 1 and 3 when he says, let it be, let it be. Good God, today. Let it be. See, I've been saying, let there be light, let there be. But I want to, this revelation just not coming to me. What Martin was saying was, if I'm going to perish, let there be. Jesus. Let there be. Let it happen. Let it happen. Why let it happen? Because it is my purpose. It is my call. If I'm going to go down, I'm going to go down doing what God called me for. If I'm going to go down, I'm going to go down doing my purpose. I'm going to do my will. I'm going to complete my task. So in the end, I can say I fought a good fight. I ran the race. You can do like Jesus did when he was on the cross, and when he says, it is finished, and then hang his head in the locks of his shoulders. It's finished now. But see, too many of us we're trying to accomplish the things of others. And God didn't call you there. He gave you your own. It was a vision in God for you to take part in as a visionary. And if you was to do that, you are going to attribute to this earth, to this economy, to this nation, to the plan of God. You was going to attribute to it the same way the Wright brothers did, the same way Walt Disney did, the same way that Martin Luther King did, and we hear about their names. We benefit from it. We relish in what they did. We are so happy. We are so happy that Christ, he did what he did on the cross. We are so happy because of that. But my question to you is, what is it that you're doing that people are going to say, I'm so happy. I'm so glad that Donnie stayed the course. I'm so glad that the fire got to him and he got back on the ship. I'm so glad that he did it. But because of that, even in my foolishness, in my stammering and my stuttering and me, falling across my way trying to get this message to you, hopefully there's something in it that I'm saying that is being a blessing for somebody. For something in it that I'm saying, the light is coming on for somebody. And if I'm doing that, then I'm serving my purpose. Because without that light, without this message, the light wouldn't have came on. And without that light not coming on, you would not have direction and you would not have understanding to go the distance or to come out of what it is that you are in. And so that is so important. So for you to look around you and discover your need or your purpose to be here or to get the job, Okay, I'm going to stop right there because this next place that I go into it's going to take me a little bit to exhaust it in this measure. So we'll stop there and we will be back.